So you struggle. If you're anything like me, then you don't get things naturally. You don't get social cues naturally. What normies would find obvious, you don't find obvious. Maybe you're navigating your life where you just don't find things obvious. Maybe you just find it difficult just to pick up basic cues, basic instructions. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's actually a good thing. You're probably thinking, why would that be a good thing? Why would that be a good thing where I have to constantly just be told obvious things and be treated like an idiot? Yes, those are negatives, don't get me wrong. Someone in the world might treat you like a bit of an idiot. We're not idiots. We know this. Well, I know I'm not an idiot. And I know that you're not an idiot. It's just that you, like me, you need things explained to. Kind of obvious things. This would have only affected me as a kid. It doesn't really affect me much now, but as a kid, this affected me. Certain things that were inappropriate, which I thought were appropriate. How to act, how to be normal, things at work, things that I just wouldn't find obvious. But then when someone would explain them to me, oh, Jay, you're doing this wrong, you got to do it like this, then I'll go, oh, that was really obvious, yeah, why didn't I pick that up? But that's me. I don't find things obvious, or at least when I was younger, I didn't find things obvious. Now, not so much. Now things are a bit like I kind of learned a lot of things as I've progressed in life. But maybe you're like me and don't find things obvious. Where am I going with this exactly? Why did I say a moment ago that this could be a good thing? So one example, you don't find dating obvious. You don't know how to date. You don't know how to navigate dating. You don't find it obvious. Neither did I. Because I didn't understand women. I mean, to be honest, most men don't understand women. It took me researching how to do it. It took me to learn how to do it. It took me to go to certain YouTube channels where I'd learn how to text, where I'd learn how to date. So when I was 24, I was messaging a girl. We'd had this big online relationship. I was living in Italy at the time and she was living in England, and I didn't understand how to text girls. The whole concept was just, I would text in a very autistic way and she would text and take longer to reply, and I just didn't understand any of that. So it took me to look online how to do it, look onto YouTube how to text a girl, and that's kind of when it started off for me with self-improvement, with learning how to improve social skills. This isn't take like 1 or 2 videos and then boom, my life's all better again. It took me a long time to learn. I was learning from these YouTubers how to, again, improve my social life, get into fitness, or how to text women, to date, to be more charismatic, and how to live better, more positive life, all that sort of big umbrella of self-improvement. It just took me to that, and it took me to buying books on dating. So yes, I had the disadvantage of starting at level -5. Let's say a normie starts at level 0, we start at level -5, that's fine. But because I've spent time reading books on dating and done research on dating, for example, we'll just use dating as an example, because I spent so much time learning how to date, I feel like I've surpassed a lot of people. This might sound a little bit arrogant, oh, I'm better than everyone else, but I don't give a f***, I don't care. I believe I've surpassed a lot of people when it comes to dating, and I believe I've surpassed a lot of people when it comes to general life and self-improvement. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn in life, but I feel like I've surpassed people because I naturally didn't get things to begin with. I then had to learn things manually and put a bit more effort into learning things. I feel like I've overtaken people. I feel like I've surpassed rules of dating and women and general life self-improvement, or positivity stuff, and I feel like I'm ahead of people. Again, this might just sound really fucking arrogant, but I don't give a shit. I can be a little bit arrogant, that's fine. The point is, because I didn't learn things naturally, I had to learn them manually. Maybe that's the same for you. The point of this video is, if you can't learn things naturally, or if you haven't learned things naturally and people have to sort of tell you manually, then brilliant. See that as a good thing. You can literally just buy a book on dating, on women, how to attract a woman, buy another book on how to date and how to attract a woman, then buy a book on another topic. You can buy a book on self-image. There's a book called Psycho-Cybernetics I've read once and read a few bits again about self-image and the importance of a self-image. I don't think I would have done that had I not struggled with texting a woman and then learning how to do it, then going down this whole rabbit hole of self-improvement and then bettering my life. I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't struggled to begin with. So yes, all the normies out there will just be fine, kind of be an average with women, blah blah blah, or be an average in their life, but I think you're different than that. I think you're like me. I think you're different. You and I are different. We have to be better. So this is what this channel's about. If you're new to this channel, this is what this channel is about. It's me teaching you my life lessons that I've learned over the course of 10 years, 12 years of being autistic, or having known being like Asperger. I still don't truly understand the whole umbrella of autism, but this is what this is about. See your disability as a positive, and that can be with anything. It could be some sort of ADHD or anything like that. See it as a positive. You don't learn things naturally. That's fine. In fact, that's a good thing. You have the power to overtake everyone else in this race of life. So don't see it as a negative, see it as a positive. Now, if you're new to this channel and you're still here, the likelihood is that you're not much of a bot than everyone else. You've not clicked away because there's no more dopamine, and that you've got some sort of interest in this channel. Then if so, then do subscribe. So there'll be more videos like this on your home feed. And feel free to click this one to learn more. And thank you for your time.